Juju Bees. Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? Today is Saturday. Sorry. Hi, I haven't seen you guys. I love you guys so much. But I'm jumping right in because my food is about to be cold. How y'all doing? Did y'all miss me? Because I be really missing y'all when I don't get on here. I be really missing y'all. I went back to work Thursday and Friday, and y'all know work, it be tapping on my mental. So pray for me that something else comes in line for me. But if you are new here, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be so excited if you did. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. We are talking about Butterfly 2. And y'all know this is dying, so I don't know how long this is even gonna hold on for me because but I'm gonna get this picture real fast because I got seafood boy in the bag. I didn't even have my plate. I really literally was rushing, but I had to make sure. I was so excited to get to you guys. So we gonna do this. Put my ponytail in so they don't think I'm bald head. Sorry, I know, crazy special, sorry. But I'm hoping that this charge while I'm on here because so yeah. How y'all feeling on this Saturday afternoon? And y'all know what? So crazy, look. So I've read Butterfly 3, Butterfly 4. Now I've finished that. And now I'm stuck. So like when I don't be doing my videos, I'll be like, I gotta hurry up and get back to them because I really have to they really have to talk about this experience with me. Especially Butterfly 4, honey. So if you are really reading along with me, just know that Butterfly 4 is good. That's all I got. I'm going up. So where I left off last time though was when Morgan was telling, not Morgan, when Blue was telling just Messiah about, you know, what happened to her as a kid. He was exchanging information to her about what happened to him as a kid. I'm gonna just pour these shrimp here. I don't know why they put them in two bags. He was telling her, you know, what he had to go through with his dirty, stinking daddy and what type of experience or whatever, and how he wanted her to keep that safe for hold on, y'all. I gotta get my towel because this is so out of order. All right, I had to get my towel. It's just me here today. My daughter's not here to help me record, so I just feel like I'm doing a lot. But anyway, he was telling her about his experience with his stinking daddy, and she was telling him, you know, how she was going through what she had to go through when she was doing her drugs. And when she got pregnant with Xavier, and how she don't really know, how she not 100% sure if who she said was his daddy was really his daddy. She was like, I was home. I was home. He was like, Horn B. She was like, Horn, bruh. So I left out there. So we're going to go. I'm with Morgan. She's at home with the kids. She was getting them ready for breakfast. And then, so she told Sorry, like, go get your sister, you know, so we can come in here so I can get you guys something to eat. So, of course, he's like, okay. So she was cutting up the strawberries and stuff and getting ready for his cereal. And she had a flashback, of course, of her and Messiah with that strawberry. And she said it's crazy because even the small things like that would trigger her memory, you know, for him, and it would have her feeling some type of way because she misses him. And of course, so when she had that thought just now, she just was like, Lord, please let him be at peace, you know. So then all of a sudden she heard some knocking at the door. So she's like, hold on. So she goes to the door. And Masari is trying to show her his dances to his baby shark. He's like, Mommy, look at me, baby shark. Do, 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 do. And she's like, hold on. So when she gets to the door, Yari's dancing. She tell her, like, look at me. So when she gets to the door, it's Meek at the door. So he said, you got a little something living in your nose, love. Get there while you at it. Because she tried to hurry up and fix herself together. And he's like, you got something in your nose. She's like, you lying. And then she was like, okay, like, you lying. And then she went over to the mirror to look and see. And she found out, like, of course it was. She was like, you're real funny. And so, So, he's like, I see you wouldn't brush your teeth either. But he still kissed her. Anyway. Sorry, y'all. I feel discombobulated, but this thing won't work for me. The battery's dead and I'm scared to take it off. But she asked me, like, what are you doing here? You know, like, what you got going on? They just had you popping up on me or whatever. He said, this thing is becoming a problem. I wake up thinking about you. I go to sleep thinking about you. She's like, that doesn't sound like a problem to me. He said, when your mind is supposed to be elsewhere, it is. So then Yali come over there and she get to tugging on Meek's leg. And he said, you cancel love, my favorite girl is pulling rank. He said, she stay hating. Because, you know, Yali, she love her some Meek. And they have, like, such a organic bond. It's just kind of like, you know, like the love is just there. You know what it's like? I just thought about this. It's kind of like how Ethic was for Morgan. That's what it reminds me of. How drawn he was to her even when she was a kid. It just came to my revelation. Because Ethic always says that he remembered how beautiful Morgan was at 6 years old when she was Snaggletooth at the party. He always go back to that and say how she captured the love that she had. He captured the love that he had for her. That's when he captured it, when she was that young. And that's kind of how Yali is about Meek. She don't play about him. When he in the room, that's what she want to be with. When she's tired and he picking her up, she going to sleep. Like, they just got that bond that's so crazy but so fast. But so she asked him, like, are you hungry? He said, I can eat. She said, Masari, come eat or whatever. He like, Mommy, I'm watching Baby Shark, you know. And so Morgan goes into the living room and basically like, boy, that ain't how you get him. Let Mommy show you how to dance. And he like, I don't think that that's, you know, nothing you can do to jazz up Baby Shark. She was like, oh, okay, I'm going to show you. So she turned on the little remix of Baby Shark. You know how they had the one little, I imagine it was the one little remix. They'd be like, that one. She turned it on. She busted a clean couple 8 counts while Masari and Yara was sitting with Miki. So I think after that they might have talked about going to the barbershop. I think. But in this moment it was real light because Miki did like a, you know, coming to the stage, yeah, mommy, type of deal. The kids got excited, cheered her on. And she started dancing. And so you told like that mommy shit you got going on fucking wrecks me every time. She's like, language, Mr. Harris, and like, come on, sorry, let's go eat. She said, I didn't know you was coming by. I have a ton of stuff to do today. I got to get Masari's haircut, go to the grocery store. She's like, don't play with me. And she's like, excuse me? He like, you should have told me I could have brought my clippers, but she couldn't tell him because she didn't know he was coming. So he told her, like, go ahead and get ready. You know, take a time, get ready. I got them while you go ahead and get ready. She's like, are you sure? You know, like, because you don't have to. And he like, she said, you don't have to or whatever. He's like, but I wasn't playing about that breath, love. Like, you got to go ahead and take care of that. Get some time for yourself. Get dressed. I'll feed them and get this together. When you're ready, we'll head out. And so she was, you know, of course, was like, oh my gosh, this is so dreamy. Meek being the guy to step up. And not step up, but, you know, when he there, he do what needs to be done. So she told him, like, this one likes to stuff food in her mouth and let it sit there. So don't let her put in too much in her mouth at once. And she's like, I'll be quick, I promise. And he like, take your time. So, excuse me. So she go in there, she get dressed, get her hair done, put on a nice a light little beat, you know. And she probably took about an hour and a half to get ready. So when she get out the shower and get dressed fully, she come out and they all sleep on the couch. Meek, Masari, and Yar. They all sleep because that's how long she took. And so, of course, she was smiling. She said, they liked him because she was afraid of them getting too close to him. They weren't together. They probably would never be together on that level. It wasn't a forever type of thing, despite what it felt like. In the deepest chambers of her heart, she knew that she couldn't be the one for him. But she wound up, I think, she walked over to Yara and picked her up. And then, of course, that made everybody stir. So he like, you ready to mob? And she like, yeah. So she leaned down and kissed him and was like, no more stink breath. And so he poured her on the couch. And of course, she started laughing. But as soon as Yara felt everything going on, she shifted and tried to get in his arms. Like, that's her Mickey. And so she said, come on, sorry, because mommy don't show, Yali don't show mommy no love. Sorry, I always do. So, she said, you know what you're doing to me, right? And they went to the barbershop. I ain't gonna read it word for word because it's too much. So they left and went to the barbershop. They own this barbershop. Don't nobody cut no hair in this barbershop, but they own it. So they get to the barbershop or whatever. He's at the barbershop. And he's like, oh man, like don't be bringing Morgan to the barbershop. Next thing you know, she's gonna be here trying to make flowers and stuff in here and decorate it and make it all girly and stuff. And don't nobody want to do that. And everybody started laughing or whatever. And so he was like, I was coming to see if I can get his haircut. Well, I'm sorry, haircut. I'm like, yeah. So he had one of the dudes get out the chair. He put Masari in there. And they asked, like, that's your young? He like, nah, he's most kids or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So he went to go sit down. Morgan sat on his lap. And they were just joking around, you know, shooting the breeze or whatever, talking smack like they do in the barbershop on any other Saturday morning. And So Morgan was sitting on Mickey's lap, and then they started talking about when they remember they was in high school or something like that, in a football game or whatever the case may be. So they was tossing Yali back and forth. I mean, like real high, throwing her up at the air. And she like, Issa, like, stop playing with me. Don't do that to my baby. He like, Morgan, shut up. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to your kids. Like, these my niece and nephew too. Like, calm down. And she like, Issa, no, really not, but y'all really are scaring me. And then Mika was like, come on, man. Like, Morgan, baby, you know I ain't love. You know I ain't gonna let nothing happen to them. I got them or whatever. And she like, I know, but like, y'all really are scaring me. So then somebody else chimed in on the conversation and just was like, I remember that one time when y'all was in the championship game and Messiah threw a long, or he caught a long catch or something like that. Either he threw the ball or he caught the ball, won the championship game. Everybody went crazy, blah, blah, blah. So it's like as soon as somebody said something about Messiah, she like tensed up. So she's like, I'll be right back. So she went outside, you know, to kind of catch her breath or whatever the case may be. It's always going to be moments like this, though. Like, if you decide to run in a circle where your man used to run in, and it ain't even like Messiah and Mickey just met each other 3 years ago and decided to build a friendship. They've been friends since they was kids, all three of them. So it's like, you always going to hear about him. And if you choosing to be without Meek, you gonna have to learn how to swallow that up. Like, you got kids with that man. Like, it ain't nothing you could do at this point. Like, and if this is what you choose to do, you need to choose that every time, or piss or get out the toilet, period. But some would say that that's insensitive. But I get her feeling some type of way, but you can't run every time it comes up. Like, you can't act like the relationship that Mickey and Messiah had doesn't exist, just like you can't act like the relationship that you and Messiah had doesn't exist. Y'all got two kids that are living and breathing from that relationship, Morgan. So if you gonna test the waters in this same pond, you're gonna have to act like the best parts of the pond is new and just roll with the punches, or get out of the pond. Because at this point, Mickey and Messiah, they're from the same pond. Maybe you should get in a different pond. Or maybe you shouldn't. But if you're going to stay in this one, you're going to have to deal with this water. Sorry. But not sorry. So she go out. He come out and check on her, like, you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, okay. He's like, well, I can just go in here and go get him, you know, and we can get up out of here. And we don't have to stay. We don't have to stay long or whatever. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So he go in and give him a sorry. And he bring him out. He bring him back outside, and he got a nice little big boy haircut, you know, with the taper. She's like, oh, my sorry, you look so handsome. You know, you like a big boy. So he's like, so do you need to go to the grocery store after this? She's like, no, I think we can just grab something quick and just go home. And he's like, okay. So they got, oh, it's cutting off. My tablet thing is cutting off. I needed to stay on. But he wound up getting in the car and taking her back home. And I'm mad. He wound up getting in the car and taking her back home. So when they got back there, he was like, I'm going to break out, love. And she's like, where you going? He was like, you know, I got some business that I got to take care of. And she's like, what? Why did you come over here then? If you know, he's like, I just was coming to, you know, holler at a player like I ain't heard from you. I was trying to check with you or whatever. He's like, but I got some business that I got to take care of. So she said she didn't want him to go. Like, she's like, I don't want you to go. Like, I want you to stay here. He like, I can't. Like, it's business. Money is money. And, you know, I can't make those type of decisions when the money is on the line. And she was like, oh, my God. So she basically was comparing him and Messiah to each other. Like, y'all don't care nothing about my feelings. I don't want to have to go through this anymore. Every time you leave him, I always be wondering if you okay. And he was like, but that ain't me. And this ain't that. He was like, and you got a whole man. You can't control what I do or where I go. And you can't ask me not to go and expect me to be like, oh, okay, I'm not, because you ain't my girl. Like, you know what I mean? I agree to go at whatever pace you wanted to go at and move however you wanted to move, but you can't expect 100% switcheroo on me and you still trying to figure out what you want to do. This ain't that. Sorry. Like, stop comparing us, because we two different men and it's two different situations, but you don't get to call them shots over here because you ain't my girl. You rocking a whole nother man ring. And this is when the selfish side of Morgan shows. Like, baby, I really want this to cut back home. You got a whole man. Now, we know she don't like Bash, but what's his name? Mickey don't know that 100%. Like, yeah, he know you testing the waters on him, but he don't know for real the basis of you and Bash's relationship. He feel like those his kids. So, ma'am, you can't do that. So she go in there, she have like a real breakdown. She start crying. Everything. And she's like, love, it's not that serious. Like, I'll hit you up when I get done. But it ain't nothing you need to cry about. Like, everything's cool. So, I'm going to have to stop right there because I cannot, y'all know I read these books, but I done read so many books in between, I can't remember exactly what happened next after that. And this won't let me because the battery is now. But that is what happened. But what I will do is ask this. What do you guys think about, so it's always a debate about if Morgan should have engaged with any type of activity with Mickey, and we know she definitely busting Mickey down. Every chance that they get, that's what they doing. Could you have been Morgan and did what Morgan did? And when I say that, could you have been in a relationship with one man, he leave and do whatever Messiah did to her, because I ain't saying that what he did was okay. By any means. But he leave, he move on. Well, he didn't move on, but he go on. Could you potentially start another relationship with his best friend? What do you think? Like, I seen so many comments on Facebook. I even seen a post going around saying, like, if I die, my best friend better not marry my husband, because no, he don't need you to be consoled. He don't need you to console him. No, he don't need you to feel no type of way. I don't care if y'all both mourning me or not. Like, what do you really think? Do you think that you could be in a relationship with your best friend's ex-boyfriend or your best friend's ex-husband? Do you think you could do that? I don't think I could. Like, not in this capacity. Like, if one of my best friends died, I would not even look at their spouse like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think that their spouse is more like a brother to me than I would ever think like, oh, I'm going to get into a relationship with him. For what? I already know. 9 times out of 10, I already know what type of guy you are if you've been my friend for years. I already know. None of that even really matters, though, to be honest, because the fact that you was with my best friend makes you off limits already. Whether she's dead or not, you're definitely a no-go. Like, you know what I mean? On any day of the week, I couldn't lay with my best friend's husband and not think about her. Like, that is weird a little bit to me. Don't get me wrong. In the fiction world, I get how Morgan and Mickey wind up being with each other. But in real life, I couldn't do that. My mental capacity would have me confused every time. Like, you couldn't come home and talk about, hey, love, hey, baby. Like, nah, that's my friend, baby daddy. Like, But y'all tell me what y'all think, because I'm going to get on up out of here. But if you are new here, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll be back. I'm not going to say tomorrow because I'll be just acting crazy, but I'll be back. Maybe not the same time, but definitely the same place. Until next time. Bye, my Juju. Bye, my Jujubes. Zaria. Hey, girl. I meant to shout you out at the beginning of the video, and I am so sorry. I'm going to edit this at the beginning because I love you, girl. Zaria. I see you later.